palm reading of a particular person whose age is 36 years old. I am Manish, this site from palmistry.com, so I would be reading his hand and I would try to describe you each and every aspect of his palm. Now, I would elaborate whatever I see on the right hand. The first line that I would start is with the heart line. The heart line is the line of emotions. This is the line of sensitivity, your love life, and many other aspects. But at the same time, what I try to do is I try to look at each and every aspect on each and every line. The thing is that the line appears to be a little bit unclear and a little bit broken out here. So broken lines are a little bit considered to be negative. What basically it could mean is that an abrupt ending in a relationship or a partnership or something that you have been doing. I try to correlate with your profession as well. So people who do not have a clear-cut kind of a line, you would also notice that there are few branches also hanging downwards. So they are, it means getting distracted and falling for temptation. So the people who are the most successful are the ones who are able to dedicate themselves completely, and those people generally have one single line. There's absolutely no diversion, no breaks, and nothing is basically there. That is one of the best particular kind of sign that I can see. I would also try to look at the left hand also, so that we can arrive at the conclusion. You would notice out here that in this particular left hand there are constant breaks out here. These are constant breaks that you are seeing out here. So this is a constantly, the person is not, there would be many abrupt endings that the person may experience in their life. And my only suggestion to such a person would be, try to dedicate yourself completely to one particular thing. Do not get distracted with anything in the thing. See, a person can be an extremely intelligent person, but if they are not focused, they may not be able to get the maximum result from their life. And the intelligence part of the hand is the area of Mount of Mercury. So this is the Mount of Mercury. So to know if a person is intelligent or not, and does a person have got a good set of skills, because skills is a thing that brings you money. See, money line does talk about the money, but and that goes towards the Mount of Saturn. But at the same time, you have to look at each and every portion of the palm. So the area of intelligence is the area of Mount of Mercury. A person who has these perpendicular kind of lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, is considered to be a good sign. Now, people may have a little bit more deeper lines even than this. And some people, they may have a very, very unclear kind of a line also, very, very thin and a very feeble kind of a line. But these lines are kind of appropriate kind of lines. And one line means one skill, two lines means two skills, and 5 or 6 lines means 5 or 6 different set of skills. According to the Palmistry book, the Palmistry book says that a person who has these multiple lines could be a good doctor. See, I don't completely agree with it, because I would say it is more to do with multiple set of skills, not necessarily that the person is a doctor. The person can be a doctor, but it just means multiple set of skills. So people who have got a good Mercury are generally skills can be of any kind. It can be engineering, it can be medical, it can be business, it can be statistics, it can be economics, or it can even be law as well. So all these things are basically covered by Mercury, the area of knowledge. And the good part is, at least on the left hand, what we find is that these lines don't appear to be crisscrossing each other. Some people, they have crisscrossing kind of lines. So crisscrossing lines basically signify, I'm just telling the opposites so that you know what the importance of this particular area is. See, if there were too many crisscrossing lines, it would basically mean that the person is miscalculating and miscommunicating. So people who miscalculate and miscommunicate, basically they don't prosper in their life, and they may make major blunders. But on the left hand, we don't find any such sign. So that's the reason why I would say that it is a good indication. You would wonder why we are taking a look at the left hand. Left hand is the passive hand. See, both hands should be considered to arrive at the conclusion. The money line kind of starts on the Mount of Moon. This is the Mount of Moon. Moon is basically the area for foreign countries. Moon is the area for imagination, visualization, romance, and travel. This is the area for public appreciation. This is basically the area of trading activity, service industry, and help from females. Or in foreigners, it could be male or female, both could help. So the money line is kind of originating on the mount of moon. So benefits coming to the person from staying far away from his birthplace and in an unknown environment. See, unknown environment can be even in India, a North Indian goes to a South Indian, or South Indian comes to North India, or North Indian goes to the east part of the India completely. So it's completely different. So that's the reason why these people benefit from unknown people. And the money line kind of breaks at the start. There's a first break, then there is a second break that is happening. Then the third line basically starts somewhere close to the age of 31, 32, and it basically continues as somewhere when it touches the headline, again it breaks. And then it again starts at the age of 35, and that continues till the age of 53. So there's inconsistency that is showing up. There's inconsistency that is showing up in the heart line as well. See, the thing is that money line breaking up into pieces, it has got multiple meanings. One meaning could be job loss, work loss, business loss, because this is the money line. So that's what we are going to think, that it might depict something to do with money. It could also have to do something else as well in our life. The thing is that it could also mean the main earning member of the family, their health or wealth goes down. So more responsibility falls onto this particular person's head. The third thing could be one's personal life can get disturbed. See, when the personal life gets disturbed, it also affects your finances. So that's the reason why instability could be there. But there could be few good signs in the hand which might negate this as well. So we would basically move to the right hand now. Again to the right hand. On the right hand, if we notice that the first thing that we would notice is the head and the lifeline, they are joined together at the initial start. So people who have got this kind of a formation, these people are generally very cautious, shy, hardworking, and contemplating. They would contemplate many times to arrive at the conclusion. So they might be extremely slow. Their speed might be something like a tortoise. Being a tortoise means that the person is likely to win the race provided they remain committed to one area of life. That's when things are likely to be much better. If they see in the hare and tortoise story, this was the start and this was basically the end, and there was a given path that was laid down that we have to follow this particular path. So if the tortoise also changes his path completely, the tortoise is never going to win. So people, where I say it's a tortoise, these people would basically become more successful somewhere in the later portion of the life, and the later portion could be after the age of 35, or it could be after the age of 44. That's a rough estimate. There's no rule book that where the Palmistry book mentions when it's going to be, but it's a rough estimate. This does not mean that when these lines are joined together at the initial start, that the person wouldn't be successful in the earlier portion. So the person can be successful in the earlier portion, but the later portion, it's going to be much better compared to the earlier portion. Now the inconsistent money line that we were seeing in the left hand is not showing up out here. There's a consistent money line. So whatever I might have told regarding the job loss, work loss, business loss, or all these kind of things may not get applied. And there would be some consistency also that comes because even in the personal life, due to a consistent money line without any breaks, because it's common sense. It says that people who have money, generally they would be able to satisfy their partner, and because they are able to satisfy their partner, the chances are they wouldn't have any problems in their relationship as well. So that's the reason why I would say that it is a good sign to have a consistent unbroken kind of a money line. Now the other aspects, the other important 2 or 3 aspects I will just elaborate. You would notice that this is the lifeline, and on the lifeline you would notice that few lines are kind of leaning a little backward, pointing towards the finger of Saturn. Now finger of Saturn is the finger of money, for money, possession, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. And any line basically kind of pointing from the mount of Saturn and joining the lifeline is considered to be a beautiful sign to have. The thing is, consider lifeline to nothing, lifeline to be something like a river. Consider this to be a river, and a line pointing towards the, this is the Saturn mount, and pointing towards the Saturn mount, it kind of joins the lifeline. Again it joins the lifeline, again it joins, and again it joins. So there, so these are tributaries that are joining the main river. So more flow basically happening, and these tributaries are originating, are kind of pointing towards the Saturn. So this is the area for money. So money is basically being received during these particular years of life. So this is the inward movement in the life. Inward movement, more gains, gain, and more gain. So that's a very positive sign to have. People who have this basically, I would say that this is the lucky period of their life, and the approximate age that I would say this luck basically shines is around later portion of the 30s, and at least till the age of approximately 50. Now apart from this, I'm not very able to very clearly see if these small things are appearing to be triangle. If these are triangle, then they mean basically property, but this is in the later portion of the life. So it doesn't mean that the person wouldn't be able to make properties in the early portion. Probably when there's luck, so automatically the person is going to be able to make money, money and property. The thing is that apart from having triangles on the lifeline, even if you have a Mars line, a reasonably strong Mars line, that also may mean gains from property. And the Mars area, basically this is the area of Mars, this is the area of spark within us, the spark within us, and this is the area of the spark and the fire within us, and this is the area for the fuel within us. The Venus is fuel and the Mars is basically fire. Mars is the red planet, red is anger, aggression and fire. So a line that is running parallel to the main lifeline means that fighting spirit is there within this particular person. So a person who is able to fight are the ones who are likely to be successful in their life, because fighting spirit is required to be successful. And it is kind of also a protection line. It is protecting a person from a difficult situation, difficult people, and even bad health as well, and bad finances as well. There's a basically protection around this person, armor around this particular person. So even if the life stops completely, let's imagine the life is destroyed completely, this person with a strong Mars line would be able to respark their life or reignite their life and would be successful even if they lose everything as well. So this is a very good kind of a line that a person can have. Now as far as the sun line goes, this is kind of a sun line. It is kind of a broken kind of a sun line. It is not such a clear and cut line. So when the line is not so clear, it means doubt and self-doubt. So the age at which it is showing up is, this is the headline. So this portion of the sun line is before the age of 35. This is 35 to 53, and this is 53 and beyond. So you would notice that the sun line is very deep and clear beyond and above the heart line. So this is after the age of 53. So this is a perfect kind of a line that I can see. So a line that is dim and unclear means that the person is likely to have doubt and self-doubt. That means the person can't see his path very clearly. A person who can't see their path very clearly, they may not be able to achieve to their highest potential because their path is not clear. Some people call the sun line to be the career line, some people call it to be the luck line, and some people call it as the name and fame line. I normally say this is how much energies you are able to give to your work. So when there is absolute clarity on the line, deep and clear, that we see after the age of 53, it means absolute clarity as to what you're doing. Because there's absolute clarity and you can see your path very clearly, you're going to work very hard. And because you're going to work very hard and you're going to energize your work, that's the reason you're successful. And when you're successful, you are going to think, oh, I'm lucky. But it's not luck. It is your own efforts that is bringing you a result. And because you are doing good in your work, automatically more name and fame can be expected. So this is what it is. But even in the right hand, I would say that the quality of the heart line is not perfect. So the person needs to strengthen his heart, the physical heart aspect as well as the emotional aspect as well, because these two play a major role in our life. He also has got an island-like formation on the heart line somewhere under the finger of sun. Could mean heart or eye related issues, or it could mean some emotional elongated period of emotional disappointment as well. So these things need to be managed, and clarity in the heart line would mean clarity in the heart as to what you want to do or what kind of a relationship you want to have. But when there is no clarity, it means a lack of clarity is there in their life. So these are the important points that I could see. I will just take a look at the other hand images that I was sent to me. See, the hard line is not clear. This is what I can gather out here. Upward lines can also be seen in the left hand also from the going towards the Saturn mount. So these are good. Inconsistent money line is seen out here. Some backward lines on the headline can be seen. So this is portion of the headline is before the age of 35. So anger and aggression basically is there. And it is untargeted anger and aggression because there are more lines somewhere in the middle. So this is the area for stomach, and the stomach basically gets disturbed. So I would advise the person to try to lead a very regimented kind of a life. If you lead a regimented kind of a life, things can be better, and it is going to be better health, and better health is automatically going to lead to better energies, and better energies would lead to more success in one's life. So I'll just end the video briefly. I'll just take a look. Okay, the last thing that I can say is that in the headline, each and every line can be a mark for success. Towards the end, you would notice that the headline is leaning a little bit upward. It is something like going against the gravity. The top is the sky, the bottom is the earth and the gravity, and the headline is leaning upward towards the end. So it is going against the gravity. So upward movement is something considered to be a good sign. It basically is a mark of success. And because there is reasonable clarity on the headline, so automatically it's going to be a sign for success. Also, it appears that somewhere in the middle at the age of 35, there's again an upward movement of the headline pointing towards the mount of Mercury. So this is the area for skill. It is books of palmistry say that upward movement could be something to do very good with the writing skills, or something related to knowledge or upgradation of knowledge, or something related to success or jubilation, something like that. Because when the head is happy, it is going to be happy only when the person is more successful. So I would just end the video out here, and thanks for watching this video. I would add few things that I need to add out here, and press the bell icon on YouTube. Don't miss another update. You can come to know about money line from any line: heart line, head, life, sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or any other line. Importance of money line is just 15%. We have to look for money on the each and every aspect of your palm. And a saint once said, you don't need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company. That's what matters the most. See, if you have got good company, any wrong aspect that I may have mentioned on your hand, they can get negated completely, because good company brings good thoughts and good actions. Thanks, bye, and take care.